the spotlight.
Welcome back to another video, and one that I'm very excited to be filming. We're out here with the Begode Master. We've come to Underwood Park, which is where I filmed the S22 comparison video. There's some really nice paths and some really nice off-road trails. So we'll be able to do a nice split of on-road and off-road testing and really show you the capabilities of this really cool wheel. All right, so let's jump straight into the video. And let's start off with the important stuff. The motor, 3,500 watt torque motor, 134.4 volts. So it's tied, or one of the biggest, I think it's tied for the biggest motor currently available. And what that torque means is that you can just go up anything. Now, we don't have any super big inclines here today, but this wheel will just roll up. I think 45 degrees is what they say, but we have seen even higher. This is a hill monster. The really big, interesting point here is, even with that 3,500 watt motor and the 134.4 volt and the 2,400 watt hour battery with the 50E cells, the Samsung 50E cells, which are really good cells, by the way, especially for range, it only weighs 36 kilos, which compared to some other wheels that are coming out soon, or even wheels that are out right now, that's mid-range when it comes to weight. And that is one of the reasons why we really like this wheel in the shop. Now let's cover off on the on-road capabilities. Well, this is a really nice wheel. It's a good size. It's really smooth to ride on. And I don't know, the tire, it's the CST C186, which it's like coffee. You either love it or you hate it.
Cup of tea? You got any coffee?
How does the Master perform just in everyday life? Well, the combination of that motor, the CST C186 tire, it does a really nice job. When you match it with that really nice air suspension, with that adjustable rebound, it's a pleasure to ride. As far as going on city group rides, you're just gonna eat up the miles. Bumps become non-existent, and you can still get some really nice carves going. Now let's move on to the aesthetics of the wheel, because it's a really mean looking, I don't know, tough looking electric unicycle. I really like the pads. Both Stephen and I agree that it feels like they've put a lot of thought into making the pads. They haven't just sort of created something on the computer and slapped them on, because these feel like when you want to accelerate, they're where you want it to be. When you want to brake, they sit exactly where you want them to be. So pads get a massive tick from us. The spike pedals, obviously, are a really nice pedal. These are the same ones that are on the Hero. I love those. I love these. The fact that it's got a little stand at the back is really nice. And of course, that really nice big screen that you can look down and see very easily between your legs. What, this motor just gives so much power, but even when you do come up to those little curbs, you just roll up them. It's pretty crazy. Right, the next thing to cover off is the handle, and very similar to the Abrams, I keep forgetting that it's actually there because it's so flush and hidden away. But once you pop that up, it's got a really nice height that you can really comfortably walk with. All right, now before we hit the trails, let's talk about the suspension. It is a very, very similar setup to the Hero, which again, I really like, with one big upgrade, the adjustable dampening. So you can now make that hard or soft. You can pump it up to your desired PSI. That does take a few rides to get right. I have this set at 300 PSI, I'm 100 kilos. I get a really nice ride, no bottom outs. And you can adjust that dampening now, which makes a really big difference to the quality of ride, specifically when off-road. Now this is where the Master really does come into its own. It's very, very nimble, and that tyre does do a fantastic job at sticking to the trails. Now I'm just going a little bit easy because they have changed these trails since the last time I was out here, and it did rain last night, so there are a few big muddy puddles. But what I can tell you is this is just a dream and a pleasure to ride on off-road and on-road. The air suspension does a really nice job of absorbing a lot of that crap. Sorry, I'm just cutting across paths here, not on purpose. But as you can see, the capability is there. And again, I'm an average rider, so you guys will be able to ride this a lot faster than me. And it's a little bit harder when you're holding a camera as well. But as far as how nimble this is, but the other thing is how torquey it is. You lean into this and it just gets up and goes. Like, it takes off like a rocket. There's no effort required to make this wheel hit 50, 60 kilometers per hour, 70 kilometers per hour. And the way they've done the acceleration curve, it's responsive the whole way through. So you can be sitting on 50, lean into it, and it takes off. Or you can be starting from dead zero, lean into it, and it takes off. And a lot of that comes down to the way they've balanced the wheel, but also the way they've designed those pads. You've got that ability there to just lean into the pads, trust that torque motor, and yeah, just have a lot of fun. But that seems like a good place to end the spotlight on the Begode Master. If you've got any comments or questions, chuck them down below. If you'd like to come in and demo this wheel, you're more than welcome to. We're open Monday to Friday between 10 and 4. For wheel demos, we do ask that you shoot us an email or give us a call beforehand, just so we can make sure someone is available to spend the time with you and let you try it out properly. But just also to make sure we don't have, 5 people showing up at the same time, because you just won't get the time you need to make a good decision. So, hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next video. Don't forget, ride, recharge, repeat.
Unicycle.